Hi, John here. This is our second video in the technical series. This one is on the serve. This is Pat Cash's serve. It is again designed by Brad Langevad, who reshaped his technique to try to avoid injuries and perform more efficiently. As we are at the beginning, you will see that his weight is slightly leaning forward. Then he's going to rock back and level out his weight. Now he's going to push slightly forward as he tosses the ball. And as he tosses the ball, he's going to lead slightly with the tossing hand. So the left hand that's going to throw the ball in the air is slightly ahead, slightly higher than the hitting hand and the racket. So the racket's going to start, this is what we call our takeaway position. The racket's going to start out to the hitting side for a right-hander, out to the right side. And there's a delay, so the racket is delayed. We'll see it as it moves forward. The racket is delayed, and the ball is actually leading the way. Then as we move it forward, we're now in a dynamic position, but one that is often called the trophy position. So his feet, if we take it back a second, his feet have moved from a position where one foot was pointing 45 degrees, the other one slightly more angled to the side, but his feet have moved from being together to then pushing up next to each other into this trophy position. So his two legs have lined up, he's slightly bent his knees, but not over bent his knees, and his body is tilted back a little bit. So his left hand, because he hasn't thrown the ball very high, indicated by the yellow circle, his left hand can stay fairly low. The higher the ball toss goes, the higher the left arm is forced to go, and that gets you into potentially some difficulties with how far back you're going to tilt and how much strain you're going to put on your back. But he has kept the ball toss very low in order to keep the action more continuous and mean that he doesn't have to stretch up his left arm too much. The racket has now moved from the side. It's still in continental grip, but the body is starting to rotate through towards contact. As we move to contact, he's now lent his body fully forward. He's in a really nice straightforward line. His head is looking forwards down towards the box. It's not looking at the ball. And the contact is made behind his head, still in continental grip. So we're trying to get this impression of leaving the ball behind, hitting the ball slightly behind you so that your body is actually dragging your arm through rather than your arm reaching for the ball. As we saw in the forehand, his body is again beautifully lined up. So all the body sections are in line. If you get into this position, the whole body is rotating around 3 axes, and it's rotating as a coordinated whole, so you're much less likely to pick up injuries, and there's no conflict with one part of the body fighting another. The contact is made behind his head, and because the contact is made behind his head in continental grip, his racket will rotate after contact out to the right side of his body, out to the hitting side, and then as he rotates, it comes back towards his belly button. And we'll also see the left circle at the bottom. He's landing on his left foot, so he's pushing forwards, landing on his left foot, ready for the next shot. We'll work it through from the start to the end. Have a look at our serve biomechanics video as well. That goes through lots of these things and shows a variety of different players. You'll see some of the players there throw the ball a little bit higher, and therefore their left arm goes a little bit higher in that sort of trophy position sort of phase. But the whole action should be a really flowing, dynamic action with no jerks in at all. This is it at full speed. This is it at half speed. at quarter speed. I very much hope you've enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more.